Hey, what's going on, guys? CCBridge here. I feel a little bit tired after this tough working day, but I really done a lot today. So this video, a quick update on CCBridge like GUI for Chinese chess development progress. So for those of you hasn't been watching previous video, just a very quick idea what am I trying to do. So there is Windows application that is called CCBridge. It's all in Chinese. This is the GUI to work with Chinese chess games, also engines, and really lots of things. But it's all in Chinese, even though there are PDFs to help, to help working with it. Still, it's quite pretty old, so it doesn't have drag and drop and many other things. Nevertheless, it's really kind of awesome app. But what I'm trying to do, so I'm trying to make something similar in JavaScript. So I'm using Electron.js framework in order to build a cross-platform app. And I'm not trying to make the exact copy of this app, but instead I'm getting inspired by this sort of an app. And I would say that the word inspired is key here. And the more I work, the better I start understanding what in particular I'm trying to achieve and how in particular I'm gonna be doing that. So here is the original app, and I just close this, and now I want to show you the app that I'm currently building. So let me just start my development version here, and this is CCBridge.js. So you see, like, it has quite pretty similar interface. I've reserved the space for toolbox, so not up there but down below. And also I'm trying not using that Windows specific GUI layout because I don't really like that. But the core functionality, well, I just forgot to show that core functionality in the original CCBridge, but I'll demonstrate you this here because it's really the same. So, well, first of all, well, since the last video I've added the sounds, by the way. So we can input the moves, then we can input variations. So you see, like, another variation has been added here. So now I can go already for kind of like a different variation like this. Then I can navigate through the moves like this, like this, like this. I can swap the board in whatever place, obviously. I can also use Romanized pieces as well. Okay, so I can drop back to different variations, and from here, well, let's say I can, so just stopped here, right? So, well, let's say like this, 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 and this, and drop back to Chinese characters. So we have variation 1, variation 2, so like the moves being changed. Also, we can add the commentary. So let's say here I can say start of the game, and I just want to add this. So yeah, this is kind of like a desktop application, even though it's completely based on web technologies. And what you see here is Bootstrap layout, basically using the CSS Bootstrap library and pure JavaScript. Well, a little bit of a jQuery, but that's what is related to CCBridge.js, which is the open source library. Even though it looks like the board I've been developing for my OpenJS, still it's a little bit better. It has smooth transition while drag and drop, and also it has the animation. It's just a little bit better compared to what I did. Even though it has some limitations that I'm going to be working out as well later on, but still it's quite pretty awesome. And also this CCBridge like native theme, I think it's really quite awesome. So you see, like, at the start we have stored the commentary. So let's say here we can say like mainline move 2, move number 2, and add in this. And now we drop back, we see like all the commentaries has been saved, and here we can say like so for this one we can say variation 1 and save, and for this one we can say variation 2 and save. And now we just switch through those variations, we also see the stuff. So here, let's say I can say, like, this is the first variation, yeah. So here we can say end of the main line and add, and here we can say end of variation 2, and this is it. So yeah, now all the stuff is here. We can also obviously store the games, and also we can load games, and all this stuff is based on so-called UBB format that is standard for millions of Chinese chess games saved at don'tpcnc.com website. But well, originally I wanted to have both kind of like web interface that would be running completely in browser as well as this desktop application. But after this day has ended, I've realized that it's not a little bit, it's a big extra pain to make it work in both interfaces. So here you see, like, I made this non-resizable window, so the layout is fixed. It's not responsive because I really want to focus on the program functionality, and maybe one day I can add some responsiveness to this app as well. And again, like for the version that potentially could be running directly in the browser, it should have some additional specific stuff for the regards to responsiveness itself. So I don't really want to get bothered by that at the moment, at very least. And also things like loading games, saving games, etc. So first I was thinking to make this via the via a clipboard, but there are some issues. So apparently I would be using like reading files and writing files, and even if I would be working with a clipboard, I would be working using the Electron.js API and not the pure browser stuff like I was thinking before that. And now, this is it regarding the demonstration. Despite the fact nothing really special here, it really took me quite a bit of time to make this stuff working. So for those of you guys who don't know how exactly this works, if you have seen that, you'll probably say that I'm completely crazy. And well, I can actually I could have demonstrated this. Well, I'm not going to be demonstrating this in this video. I was demonstrating this in the previous one. I just want to say that this interface is just how to call it properly. It's just a high-level interface to existing JavaScript UBB game viewer and editor that I've grabbed from don'tpcnc.com site. So to give you an idea how the original viewer looks like, yeah, probably, hold on a sec. So it should be here. So this is how it looks like. This two text areas I've added on my own later on, but on the left side, this is the original viewer, how it looks like. So it's all the same functionality, but I actually made this high-level interface to mimic the exact behavior. I've translated from Chinese to, well, not I didn't translate. Google Translate did translate this for me, obviously. Buttons, all this stuff. So eventually we have this sort of a application. And if you're interested how in particular this is working, you can watch the previous video in this within this playlist where I'm making moves on this board, and they are done simultaneously on this like board. So this like board is actually it's down below here. It just has the position absolute and top the number of pixels to step aside from the top is 1000, so it's kind of down below there, right? Because I was trying to hide that, but in that case, not all the functionality is working. So I know it's weird to rely on visual elements, but in this case, I can enjoy the stability of the initial app and this nice, cute user interface as well. So that's the idea. So probably a little bit weird, like everything I do in my life, including my life itself, but it works, and that's the main reason for doing this. For me personally, it always happened that it often happens that the way how something works in my life is the only possible way for me, believe it or not. So that's kind of it. So at the very least, this is a creative way of doing things. So again, like if you're interested in the details, just feel free to watch the previous video and you'll see how it works. So from now on, I'm already having the core module, and again, like unlikely the original CCBridge, which is truly Windows application, and I don't really like Windows applications for being monolithic. I really like modular approach, more like on Linux. So I just want to I would be adding some shortcut buttons here, let's say to edit board, to work within engines, to work with the database, like opening Explorer, things like that, maybe puzzles as well. So literally all this stuff I've been doing regarding CNC so far. I got quite pretty lot of stuff already. So all this should be bundled initially into this app. So I would have this modular thing to work with. And well, first of all, I would be using this for my own needs, because again, like unfortunately, from the user perspective, I can't do with the CCBridge literally nothing else but navigating through the mouse. And now I have an alternative to that, because with that Chinese font, it's really horrible to figure out how it works. So yeah, even though the PDF is available, but still. Also, I'm running CCBridge via Wine emulator on Linux, and it has some limitations, so not all the features are working, so that's another pain. And also, if I want to run the engines, I need the Windows version for engines. That's the real pain, because in that case I would need to run many instances of wine simultaneously. That's getting really complicated. So I want to be doing this. All this stuff natively, and again, like obviously this could be compiled for Windows and even for a Mac potentially later on if someone does that. Basically, I'm not sure. I didn't yet success with the cross compilation, but it should be compiled easily if this is done on the native platform, like on Windows compile for Windows, on Linux compile for Linux, on Mac compile for Mac. So that should be just kind of fine. So yeah, guys, I think this is it, and I think from now on, what I'm supposed to be doing further on, it would be really kind of different from the original CCBridge. But I really like this name, because CC, like Chinese chess bridge, and this bridge it's really cool, because we have kind of like a bridge between cultures basically. And also, why I like this name, why I want to leave this name, is because the modular approach is also all about bridges between different modules. So this might be some philosophic part of the development as well. So this might be the case as well. So yeah, we'll see how far would we go. I'm a little bit tired at the moment, because I've been working for 2 days, like for about 10 or even more hours, about 10 hours yesterday, and probably more than 10 hours today, so I feel pretty exhausted at the moment. So yeah, sorry guys. So yeah, thanks for watching. Basically, yeah, this is it from my side. Until the next time, and take care.